Hello, good morning. My name is AB. So I'm here again. Welcome to our book, Two-Legged Ilogmaya. So, di-discuss ko ngayon is about optimism. Ano bang ibig sabihin na para sa atin lahat? Yun yung mahirap gawin. Kasi optimism is pagiging positive siya, diba? Pagiging positive in a sense na sa lahat ng mga nangyayaring problema na nangyayari sa atin sa panahon ngayon, yung pagiging optimism or pagiging positive, it's very hard, really hard for us to do it, right? So, before you watch this vlog, can you take a moment to think about some of the things that happened for you today? Isip tayo. Ano yung nangyari ngayong araw na ito sa'yo? May positive ba? O puro negative? Bayarin, problema, katamaran, nangyayari sa mundo natin, mga kasalanan natin, o sa pagiging wala na tayong konsensya. Ano yung naiisip mo? Nakakaisip ka ba ng mga positive? Naisip mo ba yung mga sobrang simpleng bagay na ginawa mo ngayong araw? That's a positive, right? Tumulong ka sa kapwa mo, is it a positive? Yung pinagluto mo yung mama mo ng pancake, is it positive? Yung nag-sorry ka dun sa kaibigan mo kasi nakagawa ka ng kasinungalingan, is it positive? What? Nagawa mo ba yun? Nakagawa ka ba ng positive traits? Nakagawa ka ba ng pagiging optimism? So, yun yung mga bagay na kailangan natin i-discuss ngayon. Kailangan natin siya talagang i-discuss kasi yun yung mga traits na hindi most of the time dinidiscuss or pinag-uusapan ng especially mga Filipinos. Kasi sobrang busy na tayo sa lahat ng activities natin. So, yung pagiging optimism, hindi na natin siya pinapansin, na-disregard na natin siya. Pero, yung pagiging optimism, yun yung everyday na nagagawa dapat natin para makagawa tayo ng mas maganda sa kapwa natin at sa work natin, sa lahat ng bagay. Okay. So, first, optimism is healthy. Why is it healthy? So, yung iba, pinag-aaralan nila yung pagiging optimism. Sabi nila, na kapag optimistic ka daw, if you have optimistic attitude, you help individual to become healthy, more successful, and more happier. So optimism can protect against depression. Why? Even for people who are at risk for it. Ayan, si Doggy. Okay, so even people who are at risk for it. An optimistic outlook makes people more resistant to stress. Positive ka, no? Mawala yung mga ganung bagay, mga problema. You have positive outlook. So optimism may even help people live longer. The best thing about optimism is you can learn it. Napag-aaralan pala siya. Even if your outlook tends to be more pessimistic. What is this pessimistic? It's the antonyms of optimistic. Kabaliktaran siya. Kasi if you say optimistic, it's a positive. So if it's pessimistic, it's negative. Lagi kang negative. So bang may kasama, laging negative? Diba? So, let's compare. What is this pessimism versus pessimism? Optimism versus pessimism. So, kagaya ng sinabi ko, if you say optimism, it's positive. And if it's pessimism, it's negative. Okay? So, ways of thinking and seeing things. Optimists see the positive side of things. So, they expect things to turn out well. They believe they have the skills and ability to make it good. Okay. So, you've probably heard people who tend to see the fault in everything. That is what you call pessimist naman. Lahat mali. Sa bahay, lahat mali. Ako na lang, lagi na lang ako. Ako na lang lagi ang mali. Diba? Sinasabi yan ng mga anak natin. So, pessimist is more likely to expect things to turn out poorly or to focus on what didn't go well. People are not always optimistic or always pessimistic, but most people tend to lean toward one of these thinking patterns. So the good news is, if you tend to be more pessimistic, you're not destined to always think that way. So we can all become more optimistic by adjusting the way we see things. It's not always. You are not always optimistic. You are not always pessimistic. That actually depends on the situation. It's a case-to-case basis. Okay. Next, optimism helps people succeed. So optimism goes beyond seeing the bright side of a situation or expecting good things. So it's also a way of explaining what has already happened. When something good happens, optimists think about what they did to make the situation turn out so well. So they see their abilities as permanent and a stable part of themselves. They think of how these good things can lead to other good things. So when things don't go as expected, it's the reverse. Optimists don't blame themselves. They see setbacks as temporary. When someone goes wrong, Optimists link it to a specific situation or event, not their capabilities. Because they don't view setbacks as personal failures. Optimists are able to bounce back from disappointments better than pessimists. Okay? So, what else? Check. Optimism builds resilience. What optimism let us see disappointing events as temporary situations that we can get past. It strengthens us to try again rather than give up. It allows us to keep our goals and dreams in place so we can act on the motivation to keep working toward them. Because of this, optimistic people feel more in control of their situations and have higher self-esteem. So, it's really positive. Okay, so pessimism influences us to take disappointments and rejections personally. So it also makes them seem more permanent than they are. A pessimistic outlook exaggerates the negative aspects of a situation, so they overshadow anything positive. So pessimistic thinking makes it harder to cope when things don't go as hoped. So what do you choose? Become a optimistic or pessimistic? Realistic optimism. Optimism is not about seeing everything as rosy. Optimists don't ignore problems or pretend life is perfect. They just choose to follow on what's good about a situation and what they can do to make things better. So optimists have true confidence because they are prepared. They know they need to study if they want to ace a tough test. They know they can't make the basketball team without practicing. So optimism goes hand in hand with action. It's about finding a healthy balance of positive and realistic thinking. Is there a place for pessimism? Meron ba? Pessimism can drag us down, right? So it's good to know we can change a negative mindset. But that doesn't mean erasing all negative thinking. A healthy "what's wrong" mindset lets us zoom in on a problem. So thinking about what could go wrong helps us avoid too much risk. That's the advantage. So imagine your brother is texting while he drives you to rehearsal. Your negative thinking alerts you, hey, this is not good. So you tell your brother to stop. If not for his own safety, for yours also. In this case, you're combining pessimistic thinking because texting leads to car crashes, right? So, I know I can do something about this. Just about all of us go through a rough patch now and then where it can seem like nothing's working. It's healthy to identify feelings when we're discouraged. And it's okay to talk about what's wrong. Confiding in someone can lift your mood and remind you of the optimistic possibilities. Negative thinking can help you move forward, as long as you don't get stuck focusing on what's wrong. So there is actually a positive thinking of being negative thinking. Minsan, kailangan mong mag-isip ng negative. Okay? So, how to be more optimistic? Let's try to learn more about it. If you tend toward mostly pessimistic thinking, you can get better at seeing what's good. So, I will discuss to you what are the things on how to be more optimistic. Okay? So, notice good things as they happen. At the end of the day, take 10 minutes to run through your day and come up with things that you're grateful for. You think, isipin mo kung ano yung mga bagay na yun. Kailangan mong malaman kung ano yung mga positive. Kahit sobrang liit pang bagay na yun, kailangan mong malaman kung ano yung nangyayari sa paligid mo. Ano yung magandang nangyayari sa paligid mo. Train your mind to believe you can make good things happen in your life. So get in a habit of telling yourself specific things you can do to succeed. For example, if I study, I can get a better grades. If I practice, I perform well at the audition. If I go on that volunteer trip, I make new friends. So those are the stuff. Okay? Don't blame yourself when things go wrong. What does your inner voice say when things don't go as planned? Instead of thinking, I failed in math test because I'm terrible at math. You can tell yourself, I failed that test because I didn't study enough. Okay? I won't let that happen next time. Instead of saying, I'm a loser, something like that, it's a no-no, diba? So, when something good happens, give yourself credit. Think of what you did to make a good outcome possible. Did you prepare for the test? Did you practice with audition? Did you practice with dedication? So think of the strengths you used and how they help you succeed. And you have to remind yourself that setbacks are temporary. So as soon as something goes wrong, remind yourself that it will pass and come up with a plan for making that happen. Okay? So that's it. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. And please like, share, and subscribe our Tuleg and Ilogmaya vlog. And have a great day. Bye for now.